During the first few months of COVID-19 break, as I'd like to call it, a lot of us got into exercising. Personally, I started with 30-minute jogs, but then when COVID-19 became something that was actually happening in my county, I shifted to exercising at home. I even have over 10 follow-along exercise videos. Although I'm a big fan of exercising and have wanted to have defined abs for the longest time, I still go for months without as much as a sit-up. Like me, a lot of you fall into this. We struggle with commitment. We start things, but along the way we have no idea about how to continue. We lose the inspiration. So what can we do to ensure that 3 months, 6 months after we started doing something, we are still doing it? First, set SMART goals. You have probably heard of this. SMART is an acronym for specific, meaningful, achievable, realistic, and time-based goals. For today, let me focus on specific. So what exactly do I mean by specific? An article I read compared it to buying a car. But since I'm not buying a car yet, I will compare it to house hunting, something that I've done a lot of times. So when I'm looking for a house to rent, there are things I look out for. Apart from the fact that it should be a bedsitter, within a certain price range, and with constant water supply, there are other things I look out for. One of these things is it should have a kitchenette. And when I say kitchenette, I don't mean a sink. I mean a sink plus enough space for me to chop my onions when I'm making my meals, and shelves for me to stack my plates and my food stuff. I also want the room to be big enough to fit my queen-size bed and my reading table and still have enough space for me to walk around. I also want it to have a big enough washroom so that I can sing mini karaoke concerts in my shower when I'm showering. And finally, I want it to have good lighting so that I don't have to put on my lights during the day, and so that I can wake up to rays of sunshine through my window in the morning. So like me, when I'm being choosy with looking for a house when I'm renting, I want you to be this specific with your goals. When you're this specific, it also helps you to find that inner conviction, that reason as to why you're doing this. Second, make it a routine. When I wake up every morning, the first thing I do is to make my bed. This is a habit that has spilled over from my boarding school days. In a similar way, a lot of us brush our teeth every evening before we go to sleep. This is something we did once, then we did twice, then we did 100 times, then it became something we usually do. And sometimes we even do it on autopilot. So when I decide I will start exercising every day at 5 p.m. and I do it today, I do it tomorrow, and I do it for a whole month without fail, chances are the next time at 5 p.m. I'm not exercising, my mind will be like, there's something you should be doing right now that you're not doing. Also, when you're making it a routine, be specific. Don't just say, I will read a book every week. Say, I will read a book every week on Wednesday at this particular time, on this particular day. When you do this, it makes it harder to procrastinate. 3, find an accountability partner. An accountability partner ideally is your mentor or someone who's doing something that you also want to do. For example, a study partner or an exercise partner. Pauline, who's my friend and my classmate, is also someone I'd like to consider a study partner. Sometimes shows up at my door uninvited to study. When she does this, you see, I have no option but to take my laptop and my series and put it aside and start looking at my books so that I can study for the exam or the CAT or the presentation, whatever it is. So likewise, find yourself a Pauline. In addition, accountability could be writing down your goals, writing down your commitment, sharing it with your family, with your friends, so that they can push you to achieve these goals. They can constantly remind you, Laurine, you said this month you'll be doing this, please do it. 4, celebrate your small wins. When I say your small wins, I mean reading a chapter of the book that you decided to read. I mean doing 10 minutes of exercise. I mean reading 1 page of your class notes. Celebrating the small wins means celebrating that small amount in the bigger chunk that you want to do. As one of my personal trainers say, from my YouTube videos that is, he says, if it doesn't matter if I don't do the 1 minute that is required for each of the exercises, I should start with 30 seconds and build up from there. When you celebrate your small wins, this helps build your self-confidence. And when you're confident enough in yourself, this gives you the encouragement to continue moving on. Fifth, stay inspired. This is different for different people. It could mean going back to the drawing board, evaluating and reevaluating your goals and saying, this is what I wanted to do, this is what I haven't done, I should start now planning for this goal, do this, do that, do this. It could also mean looking at your role models, looking at those people that are very good speakers and talking to them and finding out what is it that they do, and you model these speakers. It could also mean looking at people that are killing it. That means going to Instagram, looking at ladies that are lifting weights, doing press ups, flossing their abs and telling yourself, this is what I want to do. Whatever your choice drink is, find it and drink it. In conclusion, as you're concluding this year, a lot of us will be making new goals for the next year, or maybe setting out to complete the goals that we had set earlier. As you're doing this, remember these 5 things that will help you, that will help you stay committed to these goals. 1, set SMART goals. 2, make it a routine. 3, find an accountability partner, or as I say, find a Pauline. 3, celebrate. 4, celebrate your small wins. And finally, stay inspired. When I meet you in June or in September, 3 months, 6 months after you've started your goal, and ask you, are you still doing it? I want your answer to be yes. Thank you. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Wow. Thank you so much, Laurine. Those are such helpful tips. I hope I can implement them in my quest to getting defined quads. Anyway, I hope when we meet, I will have some good news for you.